You remind me of the Babe.
What babe?
The Babe with the power.
What power?
Power of voodoo.
Voodoo.
You do.
What?
Remind
Do
me of
what?
the Babe.
Do what? Supposed to say do what?
Okay.
Do what?
Yeah.
Anyway, so this is what episode is this?
Episode
7?
So,
Wow.
7. Lucky
We had
number.
7 already?
Siete.
Lucky number 7.
Wow. That is crazy. I feel like we've only been doing this for like 2 weeks.
We have actually.
Consistency.
Consistency. We'll get to the point where we only do 1 episode a week.
But for right now, we're going to keep coming at you live.
Keep bringing them out.
Breaking them out. Yeah.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring
Okay,
them out.
so in this particular episode, I had the guys watch a wonderful film.
It was alright.
It's a classic.
Yeah, classic. It's probably a movie that I probably would not watch again.
Why not?
Once in a lifetime.
Once
it's
in a
not one.
lifetime. Movie
So-
that I've never heard of, thanks to Jatan.
So the famous film was The Labyrinth, or just Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Labyrinth.
Was this based on a book?
No, this was all out of Jim Henson's head.
Jim Henson.
Jim Henson just
What
like
an imagination
he
he
just-
has.
He looks like he has a great imagination.
he does. He has a magnificent imagination. Jim Henson is like he was one of my heroes growing up. Like, oh man, I always wanted to be just like him.
He did the Muppets.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a lot of puppetry in there. And,
Yeah, there was a lot of, yeah.
Jim Henson is responsible for this movie, Dark Crystal, Fraggle Rock, The Muppets, Sesame Street,
Okay, checks out.
the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Oh,
that
wow.
that was a classic.
Yeah,
That was a classic.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's the Jim
Now
Henson
that's
company.
something I've seen. Okay, I like that movie.
Yeah, so like Jim Henson is responsible for a lot of stuff.
Well, that's
Good stuff.
cool.
From the mind of Jim Henson.
I'm Jim Henson,
Yeah, he's great. He was great.
a 30-year-old wearing tights,
So you know the character Huggle
looking like a
in the
drag
movie?
queen.
Why,
Yeah.
why
Those-
did he have on tights though? Like, did he could
He's talking about David Bowie.
he could
Yeah.
wear like some rugged black jeans with some chains, or
Like
something
some dark.
hanging.
I expected some leather or something.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's the 80s. Come on now.
Yeah,
The
well,
80s.
I mean,
He had on Sphinx.
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 That was the look back then. You know, he had the big hair and the you know.
So looking like a drag queen was the thing.
Did not look like a
That's
drag.
the word.
Straight drag queen.
That's how dudes used to wear their hair back then.
It did remind me of Joe Dirt.
See?
Did remind me of Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt.
So this movie holds a special place in my heart. It's one of my favorite movies.
I ain't gonna go too hard on it though.
Nah, I know you're gonna go hard on it. It's fine, go
I'm
hard.
gonna flame the hell out this movie.
So let me give you some context of the movie. So the movie starts off with a young lady. She's in the park and she's just basically, doing whatever kids do in the park, I guess, reading sonnets to themselves,
yeah, in a white neighborhood,
Reciting poetry.
reciting poetry
like a
To-
college campus.
to the woodland creatures
Right. And her dog
and her dog.
And it mysteriously starts raining.
out of nowhere.
Yeah,
She's late.
she's late and she has to be home. She's so adamant about getting home, only to be mad when she gets there.
And act like a teenage drama queen.
You mean a brat?
A brat.
Oh yeah, ooh, yeah. There we go. There it is. Spoiled brat.
I mean, her stepmother is just as nice as she can be. But she's just like, listen, I just want you to watch the kid, watch your little brother, and me and your dad just want to go out.
Let me had did
I'm
something like
and then
that.
she was even like, we don't have to go out. I'd really rather you go out.
Clearly, she had better things to do.
That is crazy.
Yeah, she was too busy. Yeah, she's too busy in the park reading to her invisible friends. But
Wow.
then,
Shows the discipline in the home.
yeah, and the dad is just like oblivious to everything. Like, hey, what's happening? Huh?
It's always like that. It's
But
always like
he
that.
was the calmest out of the
He
three.
was,
though,
he
you know?
was the coolest.
Yeah.
He knocks on the door and says, hey, do you want to talk? And she's like, go away. I'm like, okay.
Number one dad. Number one dad.
Well, so what I was trying to tell you guys earlier was that if you pay attention to everything in the room, it actually presets the entire movie. Like, for example, the fire gang. We'll get into them.
The fire gang.
The fire gang. We're gonna get into that part. But if you look really closely, there's a doll that looks just like one of them sitting in her room.
Didn't
There's
see that.
an actual labyrinth sitting on her table.
Didn't see that.
There's several books that have similar themes to this movie. There's a picture, and then on her what do you call that? Her vanity.
Yeah, or
Where her mirror was?
Yeah. There's a picture of her mother. And, like, if you read the paper clips, you'll see that her mother was, like, if you pause it and read the paper clips, her mother was an actress, and she had died. There's a picture of her mother with David Bowie.
So she's been to the realm before.
No.
Oh.
David Bowie was hitting that.
There's speculation, like, there's so many fan theories about that. If it was all in her head, like, everything was just her imagination, and she looked at the David Bowie guy. She looked at David Bowie as like the
dreamy
guy, and that was her dream. And then there's even the fan theory that the character that David Bowie is in the picture with her mother is her real father.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
And
yeah, David Bowie was hitting that.
And that
So she's been there before,
or something like that.
or she needs to be on medication.
She definitely needs to be. She needs to be in the same ward as Alice from Wonderland.
Oh yeah, that's what it also gave me a sense of too.
The Wonderland.
Yeah, the Wonderland.
Oh yeah, so like
all the characters she ran into. It was a great movie about friendships. You know what I'm saying?
You stole that line from me.
I did steal that line from you. I was waiting for you to look at me.
So, being that she was told to watch her little brother, she was given the task of babysitting her little brother. She got fed up with that very quickly. I mean, like, it only took a second for her to get, like, tired of babysitting. Like, she wasn't even in the same room as him, and she was already through with him.
Well, because he had one of her dolls, or
oh yeah, he had her teddy bear. What she says, like, somebody's been in my room. I hate you. Why are you blaming him? Like, he crawled into your room.
Like, how you get out?
Like, he's a baby. He crawled in your room, grabbed the bear off of your shelf.
He's in his crib.
That
chilling.
was.
I mean, that was
some height.
Clearly, one of your parents did that.
Man,
But you're sitting here telling this kid how much you hate him. He didn't do anything.
innocent baby. Don't blame the baby.
Right.
Don't blame the baby.
Be nice to your siblings.
So
That's what the lesson was about.
Yeah,
be
Why,
nice to your
be
siblings.
careful what you say and what you wish on people.
Yep.
Go ahead.
So she goes to the room, checks on him, pseudo checks. Well, she goes there to yell at him. He's crying and everything, and she's like, she basically wishes for the Goblin King to come take this child away from her.
My thing is, how does she know? Why the Goblin King? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does she know that the Goblin King even exists? You know what I'm saying?
Because her mom.
Who was banging the Goblin
Who was
King?
banging the Goblin King?
Banging.
He-
Woodcock's porking your mom?
what?
Sorry, different movie. All right.
So the Goblin King hears this and basically sends his minions to kidnap the baby. And then when immediately after he takes the baby, she regrets it. Instantly regret.
So she is Jennifer Connelly.
Yes, that's Jennifer Connelly.
Yeah, I could barely recognize her. She looks.
Because she was so young.
Yeah, she looks totally different than she does.
She has some dreamy eyes.
You know, this wasn't my first Jennifer Connelly movie, though. This is my first Jennifer Connelly movie was The Rocketeer.
Okay.
Remember that one?
No.
The Rocketeer, when he had that cool helmet and the jetpack.
Oh,
Rocket
yeah,
Man.
I think so.
The Rocketeer.
I remember
Making his way out here.
So
But she did some. I mean,
she's done a lot of movies.
yeah, but I didn't like her acting. You know what I'm saying? She had like the same facial.
Yeah, like
I think
she
this
was
was- I think
monotone.
this was her first movie.
Was it?
Was it?
I
It
think
seems
so.
like it.
I think
Beginning
this was her
acting.
first movie.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good for a 16-year-old. She was 16 at the time.
How old was she?
14-year-old actress.
14.
14.
Doing a big time movie.
That's worse than what I said earlier.
Yeah, we're not even gonna get into how
We are-
old the main character was.
David Bowie had to be
And we're gonna go there.
Pretty old by this
We're
point.
gonna go there, huh?
Well, I mean, he's been singing since the 50s, so
That guy
So he was about 30 something.
had
30,
no
40
business.
something.
years old.
Had no business in no damn tights.
David Bowie is like, he's the man. But so she gets up at the Labyrinth. He tells her basically that, you know, if you want the baby back, you gotta beat the Labyrinth. And yeah, come get the kid. So
Reminds me of the Maze Runner.
You mean the Maze Runner reminds you of this?
Oh yeah, because this is a classic. Oh lord.
Exactly.
This came out before the
Lest,
Maze Runner.
lest we be offended and politically correct.
Oh man, this movie would be 10 times better if Marissa Tomei was in it.
Don't know who that is.
No, it has a list of all the actresses that were up for the role.
Oh.
We were talking about Aunt May earlier. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May.
Oh.
It would have
it's-
sucked if Sarah Jessica Parker was in it. I would have totally watched it if Ali Sheedy was in it.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe.
I love Ali Sheedy.
Jane Krakowski,
Never heard of her.
Yasmin Bleeth.
What?
Yasmin Bleeth?
She probably
From Saved by the Bell?
would have did a good job.
She
Isn't
probably
she young?
would
She's
definitely
like the
did a good
youngest
job.
person on that list, isn't she?
I think what the director was going with was some type of eyes, like those piercing eyes that look at you.
They originally
Such
wanted
innocence.
Prince to play
The Goblin King.
Goblin King.
It was a choice between Sting, Prince, Mick Jagger,
I
Michael
think
Jackson.
Sting would have been bad.
Could you imagine if Michael Jackson was the Goblin King?
Let's not get on that.
We're not.
Head down that road. Again, all right, I'm gonna do an impression of each one of these guys as the Goblin King.
All right, go.
Let's start with Sting. What's the line he says? And it's like, David Bowie is like saying something about like, it's not fair. You say that so much. Like he says that, right? I love
Yeah.
that line. So if Sting were to say that, he was like, it's not fair. You say that so much.
Nah, that wouldn't have fit in the movie. Maybe.
I
Maybe.
think it would have fit. A
Mick
little
Jagger.
bit.
If it were Mick Jagger, it'd probably be more like, it's not. You say it's not fair. You say that so much. So
Just a drawn out line, huh?
let's go to Prince. How Prince? Prince would have been creepy. That would have been creepy. He'd have been like, Sarah, come to my castle.
That reminded me of
Write beautiful poetry.
that reminded me of what they said about Jamie Foxx said about Prince. Just don't look him in the eyes.
Don't look-
Then he asked him, the bodyguard, he was like, how long did you ever look? You looked at him in the eyes. haven't you?"
Yeah, no, that's true. No, I heard that before. You don't look Prince. When Prince was alive, you were not supposed to look him in the eye.
Yeah, the bodyguard responded, yeah, I've been fucking him for about 3 years now. Damn.
Michael Jackson as Jareth would have been like. I can't even do an impression of that.
Yeah, I was.
I want to hear it. Know it? Yeah, I want.
Let's do it.
I want.
It's not fair. You say that so much.
But they eventually went with David Bowie, who was a great choice, I think, for this movie.
I think yeah.
He's the only one that could fit in this.
But when they were in the Labyrinth, he had on black tights. How
He
can you
did.
have on black tights the entire movie? You know what I'm saying? Like,
For real, like it had to be like
Nothing, tra la la.
so.
So the characters are very interesting. There's Huggle. He's a dwarf with a big head.
were there midgets in this movie too?
Huge.
Every single one of these characters was played
Of
by a
course.
midget.
Okay.
Of course.
My
My big ass can't fit.
In fact, actually, Huggle, if I'm correct, Huggle, like his body was played by a woman, but his voice was done by Brian Henson,
Okay.
Jim Henson's son.
That's funny.
And like for some reason, nobody in this movie could say Huggle right.
Higgle?
Huggle, Hugwart.
Call that man Hogwarts. That's what tickled me a little bit.
Like, and then there was is Ludo right?
Ludo.
Ludo.
Yeah. The big
Ludo.
That's the big dude.
The big dude, you know, the one that's like, Sarah, friend.
He did that really well.
I do all these voices very well.
Very
I
well. I
do
like
all
that
that.
he had the power
The summon
rocks.
Summon rocks. I was gonna call that guy the Rock King.
The original rock.
Rock on with your bad ass.
Yeah, and then of course there was Sir Didymus.
And that was me. That was me.
That's you, Sir Didymus.
He was with the business. You feel me?
Sir Didymus is a.
You should have surrendered.
Sir Didymus is a dog, I think.
On a dog.
A fox.
A fox. I would say a fox.
I guess he's a fox.
He could have been a dog. He was roofing, so I don't know.
He was roughing.
Yeah.
He was barking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of bark and bite.
And like his horse, who was also a dog, Ambrosia, which I don't.
Very pretty name.
Ambrosia. The whole
I
time.
don't know if it fits for a boy dog.
Well, there's this group. The whole time he kept saying Ambrosia, I kept thinking of this old band called Ambrosia.
Mm-hmm.
I think is it Ambrosia or Ambrosia. There's a group called Ambrosia, and they have this song that I really like. It's like sun, there's a losing sun, and in your eyes a new day shines. Oh, that's it.
92.
Biggest part of me. 92. Here we go again. This has some great songs in it. One of the best songs was
I think you have to be a David Bowie fan to enjoy the song.
Rub it in
David
his
Bowie
face.
wrote all the songs in this movie, including even the Fire Gang song. He wrote that song too.
Fire Gang.
Let's talk about the Fire Gang.
That was probably the most uppity part in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
the part with the part with the brothers.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, bruh, like took his eyes out on some Beetlejuice tips
Snake Eyes.
and it rolled the. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Snake Eyes, like they shooting dice out there.
I used to like to pretend. I like to do voices.
Yeah.
So I would sing that song to myself, and I tried to do all of the Fire Gang's voices. And I was like, and my favorite part is when the guy's like, when one of them is like, "Hey lady, you can't throw his head. Hey lady, you can't throw my head."
Oh yeah.
That's when they were climbing up the cliff, right? No, that's when she was tossing
She
her
was
heads.
tossing
They
the
started
head.
chasing. Trying to rip your head off. They had dance moves and everything.
Yeah,
Fully choreographed. I'm talking about they were fire.
That song is like, that's one of my favorite songs in the whole movie.
Fire Gang.
Chill it down with the Fire Gang. Things
And it had a lot of soul to it. Like you knew like that.
Well,
it had
David
to
Bowie.
have some flavor.
David Bowie had this like there was this era during his music career where he was writing like soulful songs. He was even on Soul Train.
Oh yeah, then he definitely got some
Believe
soul.
that. Yeah.
So I mean, like it was.
That's
He
a
was.
good look.
Remember that song Fame? You ever heard that song Fame?
Kind of
Fame.
Fame.
I wanna be famous forever.
Yeah. No. That's no, not that Fame. You're thinking of Fame like from the movie Fame. You're talking about I wanna live forever.
I'm gonna live forever. Baby, remember my.
Yeah, that's
Not that one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Fame. You know what I'm saying? Fame. What nothing I'm feeling.
Makes a man take things over. Hey, lets him loose, hard to swallow.
It sounds a little funky.
It's
That's
a
cool.
funky song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't David Bowie have like, didn't he have like different eras of where he switched his style up
Shout
in
out
music?
to
Yeah,
James
I mean,
Day.
like first he had to like first he was kind of like folksy. Then he did the whole Ziggy Stardust thing. Then he went to doing like soul music. Then he started doing rock pop type stuff.
Oh, so he's very versatile.
Oh yeah, David Bowie's like a big deal, man.
Okay.
He was a big deal. He had a lot of hits, man. A lot of hits.
Yeah, in that time, the 80s, that's the best time to have a hit.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Married a black woman.
of course,
Not
he
just
liked
any.
him
So,
some chocolate.
Not
so
just-
he got some soul in it.
Not just any black woman. A supermodel. Very famous supermodel.
Who he married?
Iman?
She used to be like, you remember she used to be like on all those like she was like in the Victoria's Secret commercials and all that stuff.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all might want to look into who she is.
Yeah, that's David
I
Bowie's
might
wife.
want to look. Oh, can't lust after another man's wife.
Well, you can't listen to her, a dead man's wife.
Oh wow.
Well, she-
Okay.
Yeah, she's 64 today.
That don't mean nothing.
And that's a picture of her today.
I'd be like Chris
Is it?
Tucker and
Yeah,
Friday.
that's what she looks like now.
She still looks like she's about 30, 40 years old.
Oh, see? Right up my alley, 92. Holla at me.
She's not 34. Yeah, the music was incredible. You got the Fire Gang song. You got Magic Dance.
Okay.
That's the one that he sings with where he's throwing the baby up in the air.
Oh.
You didn't catch that part, huh?
No, but hey, there's always that one person that's
he was-
offbeat,
He was throwing that baby high.
very high. Like, he would never babysit any of my children,
He
nieces,
was
or
like, he threw
nephews
that baby high in
a
there.
day on my life, and don't let me catch him. I noticed one thing though that just stood out for me when it was the way, I don't know if it was the way that the camera was set up or anything like that, but just the angle that I was able to see everybody when he was dancing. He had just picked the baby back up again.
Right.
And the goblin, you know how you have that one person that can't dance
Yeah.
or tries to dance? So everybody is actually on beat. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So the person speeds up. He started off slower, and then he speeds up faster to try and trying to get on beat. Yeah, I noticed that. There's always that discombobulation there.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah, that one random person
You
that
noticed it,
stands
too?
I
out.
didn't notice.
Oh, I
it.
was about to say, I didn't
One
notice
random
that.
person that stands out in the
Your
club.
focus on that one guy.
Cause I got rhythm, man. You can't be, you know what I'm saying, all doing the little, what's it called? You can't be doing the musical, man, and just sitting over here just.
Well, I like how they incorporated the puppets and the goblins, the real people, the midgets,
Yeah.
together in one scene. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Like some of them were costumes, some of them were puppets, some of them were animatronic.
yeah, I was wondering that too.
And then, cause like I don't know, like, as a kid I never noticed this, but when I got older I started to realize that Ambrosia was a puppet.
Not the entire.
Not
movie.
the entire time. There were
but-
parts. There were
Yeah,
parts when he was a real dog.
When he was hiding behind that rock.
Yeah, it was. A
But he was like,
Ambrosia.
I didn't know that as a kid. I thought he was a real dog the entire time, and I was like, how did they get him to do that? I didn't have a southern accent as a child.
Well, I mean, that's what Atlanta does. It rubs off on you. You know what I'm saying? Atlanta grows on you. It's fire.
really.
You got that fire.
I'm not country at all. I'm from Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
I
okay.
got that southern accent.
Cool.
But I've never seen you mad, so maybe if you come
Yeah,
out.
no, maybe it comes
Like,
out
what,
in man.
what you got going on, bro? Step outside, bro.
That's what southern sounds to you?
Step outside, bro. Free.
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 That's close.
Trying to sound like T.I.
Like, put these paws on you. Hey, be clear. This my daddy house. I'm running thing here side 15. You just been getting over.
That's about right.
Call me Trouble Man.
But now, so as they're going through the maze,
The Labyrinth.
the labyrinth.
It's not a maze, it's a labyrinth.
Well, what's the difference?
There's no difference.
Okay, so thank you. You feel what I'm saying? This man always trying. I'm about to obliterate this movie right now.
Go in.
Got
Go
me
on. Go
watching.
in on it. Go on it. What do you got?
I honestly,
It's one of my favorite movies, but I can admit
What?
that it's an odd movie. It's very odd. It's strange. Whoever designed I love the design of it. Whoever designed it was on acid.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, if I'm ever in a different world, I'm definitely gonna look out for eyeballs growing out the side of a wall.
But like Dennis Lee, him and Jim Henson, I guess, got together, and then George Lucas got involved.
Oh yeah.
I just imagine like the three of them were sitting in a room,
High as a kite.
high as a kite, talking about like
How are we
George
gonna make this
George
movie?
Lucas like, so what do you guys think we should do for this movie? You know, I just came off of Empire Strikes Back, so Jim Henson's like, well, I just made Muppets Take Manhattan. Or wait, Muppets Take Manhattan?
I think that was a
Great Muppet Caper?
I've never watched a Muppets movie in my life.
Get out.
No.
Take
No,
your
you
headphones off and you get out right
No,
now.
You stay right there. You stay right there. Who the Who watches you watch
Everybody. Everybody watches the Muppets. Everybody. It's for everyone. Richard Pryor was in the first Muppet movie.
I don't even remember. I wouldn't have even known that if you didn't tell me right now.
Really? You never saw the first Muppet movie?
92.
92. What came out? You know what? Do me a favor. Look up movies that came out in 92 so we know what our wheelhouse is here.
Right. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just type in movies of 1992. We got Reservoir Dogs. Wow.
Never seen it.
Aladdin came out in 92.
Seen it.
Dracula.
Which one?
Bram Stoker's.
Yeah, I don't know.
Basic Instinct.
Don't know it.
Last of the Mohegans.
Heard of it.
A Few Good Men.
Heard of it.
Chaplin.
Nope.
Malcolm X.
Yep.
My Cousin Vinny.
Heard of it. I think I watched that.
You think you watched
I
it?
think I watched that.
All these movies came out in 92.
That's
Man, these
cool.
are some good movies. Oh, well, Batman.
Straight out the uterus with a TV.
Batman Returns.
on the set.
Candyman.
Candyman
Seen it.
came out in 92. The
Yeah.
Bodyguard came out in 92.
Don't know.
Right.
Patriot Games.
White Men Can't Jump.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, I've seen that. White Men Can't
The
Jump.
Mighty Ducks.
I wouldn't have watched that.
Of Mice and Men.
I've read that.
Twin
book.
Peaks.
Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2.
I was a Home Alone fan.
Beethoven. Ow,
Fern
Jesus.
Gully.
Fern Gully.
Got some good movies in this year.
Goodness
92.
gracious,
baby.
92 was killing it.
Yeah, stand up. 92.
Sister
Stand
Act.
up.
Brendan Fraser had 2 movies.
Better have seen Sister Act. What you talking about?
What?
92. That's that year, man.
Cool World. I remember Cool World.
Baby's Kids.
Bebe's Kids.
We
Oh
Don't
my
Die, We Multiply.
God.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that, but
What?
that sounds like a movie I'd watch.
Passenger 57. Always bet on black.
Wait, was that with Nicolas Cage?
No, that was with Wesley Snipes.
Passenger 57.
Far and Away. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, good movies, huh?
Those are like, that's a
So
lot
the
of
next
good
podcast
movies.
is on 92 movies.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Oh my God, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle is one of the most creepiest movies I've ever watched in my life. Wow, that is so weird that all these great movies came out in 92.
Right out the womb with
Buffy
a
the
TV.
Vampire Slayer came out in 92.
Right out the womb with it.
Okay, maybe they aren't all great.
So, but back to this movie though.
Okay,
And why you had
Labyrinth.
us watch it.
I had you watch it because it's a classic movie that I love, and I thought you two would enjoy it.
And it represents something good.
It does.
Friendship.
Friendship, music,
You know, you see how people can
the taking down of perverts.
with stretchy pants. You see how people
I
can-
changed the stars for no one.
that too. You see how people can be one way until the heart speaks.
The heart speaks.
You know, like until you really grasp what's right and wrong. You see, like, you get a chance to see someone be who they are and learn to respect their courage.
You're just making this up as you go, aren't you?
I'm definitely pulling some shit out of my behind. No, I'm just playing. No, but I'm dead serious.
No, yeah, it was like it's like that. It's the journey
Yeah,
and like the coming of age. No, it's not really coming of age. It's the journey, and it's not what you came for. It's what you leave with type
Yeah.
deal and
Yeah.
everything. So, was it Dark Crystal before this or after this?
Dark what?
Dark Crystal.
What is that?
Dark Crystal was another Jim Henson movie.
Ah,
That one, in fact, recently they made a sequel or prequel on Netflix to the Dark Crystal using real puppets, no CGI.
huh? Like the guys who ran through the field that when she freed the big dude
Yeah.
at the end ran into each other and they
Into each
all
other.
went down on cue.
Dark Crystal, unlike this movie, was not a musical. It just, and there were no people. It's like, I think the Dark Crystal is the only movie, the only cinematic feature in history to have no people in it.
Now that's interesting.
Yes, it
So
looks
what-
interesting actually.
What's with you in musicals? Can you touch on that?
What do you mean?
What's up with you, jukebox?
What are you
What's up?
talking
What's going on with the music?
This particular movie just had music in it, okay?
Every
and Captain
movie.
EO had music in it.
You told me,
Okay,
like,
and
you like-
Earth Girls Are Easy had music in it. But that's not-
okay, and those are the 3 movies we done did for this man.
Okay, so far the movies that we've done for this podcast have had music numbers. In
But he does. You don't like regular music. You like old school music that no one would probably listen to.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, you yeah.
I don't. First of all, I didn't say that I liked the music in Earth Girls Are Easy, except for the opening song. I really do like
And I
that song.
couldn't stand that
Earth
blonde
Girls
song.
Are Easy. I like that song.
Oh man, that blonde song, boy.
The blonde song.
If I had a mallet,
And then, and come on, you don't sit here and act like y'all weren't jamming when Captain EO came on.
well, okay, I kind of fidgeted my shoulders a little bit watching Michael Jackson move.
Kids sit there.
Left, right, kick.
Sit there doing that.
He did throw
You
the
know what I'm
kick.
saying?
Yeah.
Come on, man. And like, you gotta admit,
Moonwalk.
some of these songs were pretty catchy in the Labyrinth.
No,
They weren't catchy.
They were
No.
catchy.
They weren't catchy.
disagree.
No?
Completely.
Magic Dance wasn't catchy.
No. Mm-mm. So explain.
Underground wasn't catchy.
No.
Okay.
The only thing that was
Chili
catchy to me,
Down.
Fire
Chili-
Gang.
The Fire Gang. Chili Down.
Fire Gang. You know what I'm
Chili Down with the Fire Gang.
saying? Yeah. It had a little funk to it. So please explain to me the ball. Was that something relevant to the picture that you
Yes,
spoke about?
if you were paying attention at the beginning of the movie,
Which is why I brought it up. Stop trying to do that. Stop trying to do that.
when he pulled the first crystal ball out, he said, "This is my gift to you. If you look into it, it'll give you everything you want." Which it eventually happens in the middle of the movie. She gets sucked into the crystal ball, and she is in the world that she always dreamed about.
So she wanted to be a queen like her mom.
Something like that.
Something like
She
that.
was in like a ball scene, and
That's when she bit the peach.
yes,
And the peach was hallucinogen.
yes.
So what is it about women and forbidden fruit?
I don't know what you mean.
I get you on that one.
You get, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't get it. You explain, please expand upon
Adam
this.
and Eve goes back to Adam and Eve. Eve bit the fruit, the knowledge.
I'll get deep. on this. I was thinking you were talking about like Snow White or something.
I mean that too.
That too. What's up with women and these fruit?
I don't know. They see some fruit, they want to bite into it, and then it never ends well.
And it never ends well. Okay, all right.
That's why guys eat meat.
So my daughter is not eating any fruit. My daughter is not eating any fruit. Not around me.
Good old fashioned protein.
Good old fashioned protein and a lot of calories.
So I like the scene where they landed in the junkyard after she was hallucinating.
Yeah.
They landed in the junkyard. I like the little, I guess she was
Like a hoarder.
yeah. I just like the way she looked. How they had the actor in the suit.
That was a puppet.
What? No. Because if you actually look at it,
Uh-huh.
the actor was standing above the puppet, but the actor was the trash on top of the puppet.
Yeah, the actor was the trash on the top of the puppet.
Yeah, but I just found it cool that they put that in there, the way they designed the costume.
Yeah.
I felt like she was doing too much. You ever had one of those salesmen that just keep trying to put stuff in your hand so you buy something?
Right, when she was in
Like
the
you
room.
definitely ain't doing good.
Oh,
on
here's your
those-
teddy bear. Don't you want your teddy bear? Oh, here's your little music box. Oh, you can't
Yeah.
live without your music box.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you definitely work here for commission, don't you? You ain't getting paid at all, huh?
Man, everything about this movie just has special parts to it. Like the Bog of Eternal Stench. That was classic.
Don't talk about my room.
Jennifer Connelly's acting was so bad that she didn't. The stench didn't even bother her that
The
bad.
stench didn't bother her.
No, it didn't.
She's like, yeah, she was like, oh, what is that awful smell? Everybody else is like, oh my God, we gotta get out of here. But she's just like, yeah, that smells bad.
You know, I felt bad because the dude that I saw myself playing in the dog
Sir
on the
Didymus.
dog, Sir Didymus, that's his name.
Didymus.
Sir Didymus.
Didymus.
Didymus. Okay, well,
Ambrosia.
Didymus didn't find that smell putrid. He
was
enjoyed
like-
it.
What did he say? He said the air is.
Said he can't smell or something like
No,
that.
he could smell. He said his smell. He's known for his sense of smell. He's like,
The air is pure.
Yeah. Yeah, like, bro, it smell like all rotten eggs out here. And you saying it smell like roses. Completely backwards. I was like, dang, that's my character, huh?
well, Sir Didymus was trying to tell you. He's trying to say,
I know you like to think your shit don't stink, but
You know it. You know it. You know it. He's still with the business. Try him if you want to. I love the way he knocked that dude down off his the little goblin. What was he riding?
he was right at like
Yoshi?
like Yoshi. Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Got knocked down. Boom. Hit the ground.
So and then he was fearless. That's a guy who was fearless. He's gonna take on the whole Goblin Kingdom by himself. Get
Right.
his ass kicked, but he was gonna do it.
Right. That's me. All
You seem
day.
you seem to be very fixated on the Dark Crystal over there.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be the next movie we watch?
No, we watched something from 92.
Oh, we definitely have to watch one of those 92 movies.
Yeah, 92, baby.
Which 92 movie? Not Alien 3. That movie sucks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right. I said that.
Oh, did you?
Everybody knows Alien 3 sucks. It's the worst of the Alien movies.
I know where you sleep.
The Bodyguard. We gotta watch The Bodyguard.
I think I might check that out. Or what was the one that you asked me?
The
Jarrell?
Bodyguard.
Which one?
I think it was one of the movies on here. It was just after the Vinny one. You asked
My
me.
cousin Vinny?
No, it was just after.
Oh, Bebe's Kids.
Baby. Have you not seen Baby's Kids?
I don't think so.
Wow. You remember when I took credit off of his black card?
Right.
Yeah, you don't have to lose some credit too.
I'll be darned. I'll be darned.
Listen, there's a list. I'm not kidding. There's a list. And it
That's
doesn't
it.
matter how nerdy you are, it doesn't matter how many white friends you have. There's a list of movies
That you have had to
that
see.
every black person has seen.
Okay.
And Bebe's Kids is on that list.
Oh, dang. So if I go watch the movie, I can get my black card back?
It's like, yeah, it's like The Wood, Boys in the Hood,
Yep.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back, Bebe's Kids, The Wiz, The Five Heartbeats.
Yep. Yep.
See,
I think I
you know,
That sounds about right. Yeah, I'll get it to you on that one. All right. There's a couple I ain't seen. So what? All right. Still 92.
92.
Yeah.
So, what you don't know is that when I said Ziggy Stardust earlier, David Bowie had become this, like, how do I say it? He became this, like, transsexual alien.
Drag queen.
Not a drag queen. He was like,
Ziggy Stardust, you talking about?
yeah, he's like some kind of transsexual alien or something like that, called Ziggy Stardust, and he had lived that persona for like a whole decade. Well, almost a whole decade, half of a decade.
Why?
I'm pretty sure it was because of drugs.
Oh, yeah. That could be the answer.
Say no to drugs. Own everything.
But-
So explain to me, there was a part that was in the movie
Okay.
that the guy was, before he had put her into the trance, before she went to
Before
sleep,
she ate the
and he
peach.
was rolling the crystal,
The crystals, yeah.
yeah, in his hands.
Yes.
Explain that to me.
Well, those were the crystals that were supposed to. She was supposed to get trapped in one of the crystals, so that way
Right.
she would be in her. She would forget about Toby and forget about her whole entire.
A hallucinogen.
Yes. And he was sending them off towards her.
Right, but you said, when I said that, how long did it take him to practice that?
And I said that he never did because it's a camera trick. What they did was they angled the camera a certain way, and then David Bowie is sitting there with his arm behind his back, and then another guy behind him is using his arm, and doing the trick.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable having a guy behind you reaching his arm forward, doing some
Doing a
tricks
reach
with his
around?
hand? Yeah. Tricks with his hand. I don't think I could do nothing like that.
If you're getting paid to be in the movie, I guess you got to be comfortable with it.
Well, I'm gonna get paid, but I'm gonna accidentally elbow the guy on purpose.
If you watch the making of the Labyrinth, that guy drops the crystal balls like 1,000 times.
I bet. Dude was doing 3. I can only do 2. The meditation.
Yeah, those are a lot
And
smaller.
they were, those are
a
smaller
lot.
too.
That's what I'm
This guy had like
saying.
huge,
So
like AC/DC big balls.
I don't know if I would went with that.
You never heard that song before?
No. And,
I've got big balls, I've got big balls, and they're such big balls, and they're dirty big balls.
And I
And she's
wouldn't-
got big balls, and
She.
he's got big balls.
Well, he's talking about dancing balls, but it's supposed to be a double entendre.
Wow. Okay, so my kid is not listening to AC/DC.
AC/DC is awesome.
I'm talking about balls.
They got a lot of.
And I wouldn't have no guy that can actually juggle 3 balls behind me.
That's like that. Out of all the special effects that they did in this movie, that's the one that you're focused on. Is the guy
No,
juggling?
I
3
focused
balls.
on it because never mind.
There's like so many cool camera tricks that they did in this movie. Like the one, did you see the part where they had David Bowie's face as a stone, and like as the camera pulled away, it was actually several different stones lined up to each other.
No.
You didn't catch that part?
I liked what they did with the hands.
Oh, the hands, yeah,
Yeah,
that was pretty good. The helping
So
hands.
She fell into this little trap door after she played the guys pretty well in the door. I think she outsmarted.
Yeah, the door
them.
guys. That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah.
It's like,
One of us tells the truth, the other one lies.
Yeah, and she flipped the whole script.
yeah,
They had to whisper to each other, but then she chose the wrong door.
or did she choose the right door?
The world may never know. But she fell, and then she got grabbed. They were helping hands. Right?
Helping hands.
They were the helping hands.
Yeah.
And when they were speaking, it would be like 3 different hands come together. One would do the mouth, be the upper lip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was very, very cool.
Yeah.
All different sorts of gang signs going on. Yeah.
Let's go. You know one of those hands groped her while she was going down.
You definitely know
Yeah,
you
of
got to
course.
chop the field. You know you did. No, that was on accident. Take 3.
Yeah,
Hey!
I wonder how long it took him to do that, though.
Right.
Like your hand isn't lined up right. No, your hand's not lined up right.
The timing to do them, you know what I'm saying?
The timing to do all of this, man. This kind of it's Jeffrey Scott calling me now. You can hear my phone in the background. Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
A little bit.
You be getting so embarrassed when your phone go off in the middle. You going off the wrong
behind you.
loud too. Loud.
Have to find you.
So
Oh,
for the
that's your Tom's phone.
so for the audience at home, my ringtone is the DuckTales theme song.
And it's obsessively loud.
It is very loud. And, oh my gosh, he's calling me again.
His phone was in the room.
This must be like an emergency.
Staff need, yeah.
Let me go check this out. You guys keep going. I'm gonna
Definitely.
check this out. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Keep
step
going.
away. Duty calls. So, man, for us being introduced to the movie, give me like your honest opinion on the movie.
thought
Did
it
you
was-
like it?
I thought it was creative. Because there was no CGI. They did everything with puppetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The scenes were, I like the backgrounds and the
Yeah.
backdrops and everything like that. It was alright for an older movie.
I agree. I mean, there was a lot of green screen.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
The thing that threw me off about the green screen was when the fiery game came on.
Yeah.
Like, I think they tried to do too much with the fiery game.
Yeah.
And you can see some of the green screen effects. You can see some of the strings and the puppets.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So I was like, it was good, but I was kind of turned off by that.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I don't even know what to say, man. To me, I don't know whether I liked the movie or didn't. They had some good parts, but I mean, I would just say that it wouldn't be a movie that I would sit down and call a classic. I don't get.
I definitely wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah, man, it's not something that would have just been attentive to catch the eye. However, though, it did have a good moral to the story.
It did.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To appreciate family, to love and cherish, you know, the people that you interact with.
Yep,
And
watch your words. You never know what might happen to them.
What might happen? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? That's crazy because somebody told me that earlier today. You know.
Yeah, somebody told me that earlier today too.
Yeah,
Believe it or
tomorrow's
not.
not promised. you feel
Exactly.
me? So that's definitely movies like that do make a fingerprint in your life. So I guess that's why I would make it a classic.
Makes you think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sparks the brain.
Yep.
That could change the world. Tupac said those words.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. I like that. But furthermore, man, it definitely for the viewers out there, please check out the movie.
Check it out. I mean, you might have a different perspective than what we're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would really.
If you're a David Bowie fan, you definitely would like the movie.
Yeah, and if you like to see guys, you know, with Joe Dirt hairstyles and tight pants, who look really old like a drag queen, and kidnapping babies, yeah, definitely. Definitely watch this movie.
Makes you think.
It makes you think, like, the world that, well, not even on the events that we got going on nowadays. Ain't got nothing, man, no comparison, right?
No.
So, for my own solo segment of information, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, what new cars are coming out?
ooh, let me tell y'all. I follow this lady on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's called the Supercar Blondie. Shout out to her.
Wow.
She's a blonde woman.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is she white or black?
She's white,
Okay.
blonde, and she is around nothing but supercars. So as
So you talking about like foreign cars?
foreign, I believe some are domestic, some are just concept cars. I'm still trying to figure out how is
Concept cars.
she,
Car-
how is she tapped in so much?
right. I should
with
get that
the-
type of accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they revealed a hybrid Lamborghini.
Okay.
Very interesting vehicle.
So is it electric?
It's a hybrid. So I guess let me get the all the specifications about this. But I saw it and it's a beautiful Lamborghini. I like the color that they picked for it.
What color was it?
You ever seen that fruit roll up that's orange and green?
I don't. Yeah, I probably have.
Fruit by the foot.
Fruit by the foot. Yeah,
Fruit
yeah.
by the foot, that orange and green one.
Yeah.
Imagine that mixed together, and it's that color.
Orange and green.
Yeah, it's orange all the way around, like a burnt orangish golden color, but it has like a hint of green running through the car as well. Love it. And you might want to actually go ahead and
Kind of
check
like
it.
a carrot.
Yeah, just type in the hybrid Lamborghini, and it's definitely something y'all should check out, man. These supercars are definitely getting. Man, we're on the Bugatti truck.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I find it fascinating that Lamborghini has even thought about that. I mean, out of all the cars that they've made,
785 horsepower, V12 engine, 0 to 62 in 2.8 seconds,
2.8 seconds.
34 horsepower electric motor.
Electric motor. So it's an electric car, but fast.
Yeah.
And I thought the Tesla was fast. Speaking of the Tesla, oh man, if you want to bring up a couple articles about that. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who love and adore the Tesla, the autopilot feature is not for falling asleep behind the wheel. There have been numerous reports of people filmed at 60 miles an hour with the autopilot on, driving a Tesla on the freeway. That is completely unsafe. Tesla says that is not what the autopilot feature is for. It's basically a cruise control. Take a look. It's definitely just stupidity in my book. I mean, It's like iRobot. Yeah. Tried to wake him up, everything. Bruh, nah.
Hey, they sleep for real,
There are
man.
2 people in the car.
Knocked out.
I can't wake you up. You can't wake me up. We both dead.
And the car is just driving.
Just driving.
It's going at least like 45, 50 miles an hour.
Bro, they're on the highway. That's 60, 65. Now imagine, traffic out of nowhere.
Right.
Autopilot.
Who's gonna manage the brakes?
Who gonna be alert? Who gonna be alert? You know, I thought it was cool that the feature, like, you know what I mean, you could back up and all that extra stuff. I didn't know they put the autopilot feature like that on there. Like,
Yeah.
that's just dangerous. There was a person who ran into the back of I think an ambulance or a fire truck or something like that, eating breakfast.
It's so funny because they sleep for real, man.
They
They're
really
like,
dead knocked. Like, that's another video.
like his head is slumped over.
Completely sleep. People are falling asleep. That's risky, man.
So,
That's my car segment.
did a car segment?
Everything good?
No, I have an emergency I have to take care of. So, I don't know if you guys want to end the show here
We
or
are
if you
going
guys want to just keep going
We're
without
going-
me.
We're going to end the show here. Please check out The Labyrinth, a wonderful movie.
Check it out.
We appreciate all the love and support from our fellow peers and viewers. Tell your friends. Hide your kids. Hide your wife.
Oh my god. Where's this guy come from? Well, thank you for listening to the show.
Stay intense. Stay loved. Stay blessed.